After 20 years of Mad Money, tonight let me lay out my 2026 game plan for you. I want you to manage as much of your own money as possible as I laid out in How to Make Money in Any Market, my new book about how the market really works, along with an index fund. I want you to own individual stocks, not trade them. Own them and let the power of compounding do its work. Most important, I want you to stick with those great stocks because that's where most people go wrong. They get shaken out of their long-term winners. Buy, sell, stop it. So on a day when the Dow jumped 595 points, S&P gained 0.64%, and the Nasdaq climbed 0.69%, I need you to understand what makes my approach different from the conventional wisdom. It's all rooted in the sales and trading I did for 20 years before Mad Money started. I want to show you the fallacy of trading and the greatness of owning, and today's a terrific day to do so. First of all, we know the story of the day, right? President Trump's overthrow of the ruler of Venezuela, President Nicolas Maduro. There's a lot that can be done and said about the Dunroad Doctrine and what it means for American foreign policy. But as investors, come on, we want to try to make money off it. That's why you come to the show. That's what I deliver. The thing is, even though this is a big story, it might not be a big long-term business story. And we're looking for big long-term gains, not that short-term profits that just comes from scalping. Sure, it's exciting to play what I call the parlor game of guessing what will go up, what will move on a given day. You have Chevron with its Venezuelan interest. It's held for ages. Now, it might get more than the 100,000 barrels per day that it currently pumps from the once great Venezuelan reserves. Country only pumps about 900,000 barrels a day, and most of it goes to China. Maybe that contract can be broken. Venezuela owes so much to China, as much as $50 billion. And who knows if Maduro's replacement will honor those debts. The U.S. refiners, especially Valero, may be a big beneficiary of that oil because they still have refineries that can handle what's known as heavy crude. That's what Venezuela produces. Valero, Phillips 66, and Marathon Petroleum could be big winners in the U.S., but only if they can divert that oil to the Gulf. Who knows? Venezuela's oil infrastructure is a mess, though. They've been starved for ages, ever since George W. Bush tried and failed to oust Maduro's predecessor 23 years ago. Everything's going to have to be rebuilt. Maybe Halliburton, KBR, Schlumberger, now SLB, all got major contracts in Iraq for a similar situation. Maybe it could happen in Venezuela. They could be considered potential winners here, too. Now, that's the speculation. Here's the issue. All these stocks I just mentioned zoomed from the get-go. You had to pay top dollar to get into this game today. I think the moves were well thought out in terms of the players. The stocks were right, but they were not well thought out in terms of profits. In that case, the stocks were wrong. Why? Because they opened too high, all of them. Now we have a set of overinflated stocks, and you got to expect losses for those who came in at the high, because the time frame here for all these stories to play out is years, not days. I am betting that in a few days or even soon as tomorrow, there will be no one to sell these stocks to at a profit if you bought them when they opened or throughout the day. Now, we know because we've been through this before. When George W. Bush invaded Iraq, there was a lot of talk about taking the production of 2 million barrels per day to as much as 12 million barrels per day one day. But you know, it took 9 years to get Iraq's production just to double to 4 million? And it hasn't gotten much beyond that. Oh, but honestly, the Iraq situation might be easier than what we're looking at in Venezuela. Yeah, it's that bad there. Consider the process. Venezuela nationalized most of their oil production years ago. You'd have to privatize it again, which would prove very difficult. Then there's no money up front for any of these projects. And most important, oil's been going down in price. So there could be very big losses for all concerned, except the refiners and Chevron. Then again, if Chevron were to double production, you know what? It would still be just a drop in the bucket for that oil giant. Now, I don't know how the refiners are going to get that crude that is meant for China to pay its bills and the debt that Venezuela owes China. And you know what? I don't think any of the traders have thought this through. So then how do we profit from the turmoil in Venezuela? Candidly, I don't think there's very little to be there's very little to be gained. And the buyers have already gained it. I have no desire to rain on anyone's trading gains, but that's all it is.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.